Hello traders, and welcome to Trading the Trend. I am Dennis, and this is my weekend report for week ending August 5th. And here we are looking at the S&P 500, and we had a nice reversal candle. We were down earlier in the week. Then non-farm payroll came in on Friday, and the market was up big on that news and let us finish at new all-time highs in the S&P. The Dow also was up, not quite all-time highs, but still a nice reversal from the breakout point. So stocks do look like they're ready to move higher, but I keep warning everybody, we're now into August, and September is just ahead, and those are the two weakest months of the year normally for stocks. Now, that doesn't mean we can't have an all-time record month, but it is something to keep in mind if you're looking at buying at these levels. Now let's look at commodities, and as you might expect, if the market is rising, it hurt our gold trade, and it did. You got a little reversal candle here on the weekly, and the gold miners, both gold and silver showed a similar pattern, and this did happen at a significant resistance point. If we back out a little bit, we can see we had this big gap lower way back here in 2013, and that gap has not fully been filled yet, and we got close to filling it, but we did reverse and not quite fill it. So this line here at the 3150 mark will be important to see if we can get above it. And once we can get above it, then it should be clear selling for gold prices and the gold miners to continue their uptrend. This particular ETF is up, even with this pullback, 120% year to date. So it's definitely one you want to watch and look for opportunities to get into. Looking at oil, I have been watching this inverted head and shoulder formation. We didn't quite get down as low as I'd like to seen it, but we did get a little bit of a reversal candle. Prices were slightly down on Friday, which gave us this little overhead shadow, but it's still a pin bar reversal, and it did reverse right at the 40-week moving average, so we'll take it for what it is. We could see prices move up if this is going to be an actual reversal, or then again it could be a head fake and we could see it move on down to this white line here, which I would definitely be a buyer at that level. But we'll see if this holds and if we can move higher and end this downtrend we're being in right now. And what I will be using to trade this to the upside is the ERX. This is an energy fund. It's a 3 times energy fund, bull energy, and you can see we had a nice little reversal candle in it also, and it reversed right at the 40-week moving average. And instead of having a nice downtrend like we have in oil, it's just been moving sideways. So that shows there's a lot of strength in this. This particular ETF is up double what oil is for the year to date. So this has been a good one to own. So I'll definitely be looking for an opportunity to buy more of that. Now let's look at how all this is affecting our currencies. And here is my strong week rankings for the week, and I included the previous week for comparison. And you can see not a whole lot has changed. Actually, the numbers have kind of condensed a bit, so we're not getting a whole lot of good trends in the Forex market, which has me looking for other markets right now to trade in. And as we look at some actual currency pairs, well, we can start here with the Aussie US dollar. This is the weekly. I have been trading this little up move we've had for the last 2.5 months, but it really has not amounted to a whole lot. It's just slowly grinding higher, and I never like it when things grind higher because it just takes one big down day to wipe out weeks of gains. So that's something to watch out for. But if you look at it on the daily, you can see it's just back and forth grinding higher, and we're finally starting to get a little breakaway move away from this 34-day moving average, which is a good thing. And plus we got this pattern going on all last week of up, down, up, down, up, down. We ended Friday with a down, so if we continue the pattern, then maybe Monday we'll start off the week with an up move. So I'll be watching that until that pattern ends. Going back to the weekly, and we look at the euro US dollar, and it's the same thing we've been seeing, and we're stuck in this range. We got no continuation out of the previous week's up candle. This past week we had a little bit of a down candle, and this actually is looking very much like what we saw right here, and that could just mean it's ready for a move lower. And the US dollar did come on strong on Friday as non-farm payroll was positive for the US dollar, as it puts the possibility of a rate hike back on the table. So that's something to consider, that we might see some dollar strength coming up. So that could propel this even lower. Now, as far as a good trend, there just isn't much out there. I did note this one here. This is the Aussie Canadian dollar, not one I normally trade, but it's for the last 3.5 months we've had a pretty good up move, and if you look at this on the daily, it's been pretty consistently. You get these pullbacks, but then it keeps responding and moves higher. So that's one to consider. You're at a high right now, so maybe on the next pullback it might be one to look for a buying opportunity. Anyway, that's what I have for you for this week, and hopefully everyone has a great week, and I will catch you on my thread.